In an increasingly busy world, many people have grown to rely on the effects of artificial energy to get them through their day-to-day life. The most common example of this comes in the form of caffeine. Caffeine can be found in many products in our modern society, but few of these products have become as prominent as energy drinks. In the past decade, these energy drink companies have concentrated their focus on the action sports communities, in particular sports such as skateboarding, motocross, snowboarding, and others. Leading the charge in this industry lineup is Red Bull. They have spent millions of dollars creating an image of empowering displays of athletic ability in all walks of life, and their achievements in the action sports world go on and on. But at what cost? What does that sheer amount of caffeine on a consistent basis do to the human body? To answer these questions, we turn to the experts.
As most people know, all energy drinks, Red Bull included, are loaded with caffeine, among other chemicals. Caffeine is one example of what is known as an agonist. An agonist is another name for a stimulant, meaning it increases the body's natural levels of dopamine and serotonin. By contrast, alcohol is an example of an antagonist or depressant, which does just the opposite. The human body does a phenomenal job at maintaining neutrality when it comes to communication throughout the body via neuron cells. Neurons are the cells in the body that are responsible for passing messages and relaying information from your brain to all parts of your body and vice versa. Let's summarize how this information passing process works. Basically, you've got little bits of sensory information floating around in your body, called neurotransmitters. These can be a range of chemical messengers such as endorphins or dopamine. These neurotransmitters get absorbed into and released by neuron cells constantly, which is how the information passes throughout your body. When caffeine is consumed, it blocks your neuron cells from absorbing adenosine, a neurotransmitter that, when absorbed, causes you to feel tired. This then allows the natural stimulants in your body, such as dopamine, to carry on at higher levels than normal, which is the effect you feel when you drink Red Bull.
To find out the before and after effects of consistent caffeine use, we look to the action sports world to find two athletes who drink Red Bull daily.
My name is Jordan Olson. I'm 19. I've been drinking Red Bull since I was 6, shotgunning them since I was 12.
My name is Kris Olson. I absolutely love action sports, especially snowboarding, and I can't imagine doing any of it without Red Bull.
Drinking it from a very young age because that's what all his heroes, his role models drink, all the pros.
Compromise, turning up the power, feel adrenaline, moving to overdrive.
You know, I love action sports. My favorite is Super Tramp, and I drink Red Bull so I can jump on here every day, 24 hours a day, and yeah, man. Yeah.
Drank a lot of Red Bull probably since he was born, pretty much, and doesn't seem to hurt him at all, so we kept giving it to him.
After being exposed to this much caffeine consistently for a period of time, these two have developed a tolerance to it, which means in order to get the same effect, they need to consume more and more of it.
I don't even feel an energy spike anymore. It's just like I'm maintaining my normal energy levels.
It's like drinking water, except it tastes way better and a bit more expensive.
If I don't have one for a while, I just go from normal to exhausted.
Caffeine, like many other substances, can most definitely cause addiction in people, and after developing a tolerance, they grow to depend on it. There are two forms of dependence, psychological and physical.
When most people wake up in the morning, they'll have a cup of coffee, but I'll have a Red Bull. I don't even have to feel tired. I just have one, you know?
Essentially, psychological dependence is when you crave the substance effects, or the rush.
If I don't have one at the beginning of the day, I'm just sort of in a bad mood and I don't even want to put energy into anything.
Physical dependence is when you start to experience undesirable side effects and the absence of the substance.
If I haven't had an energy drink in a while, my body is like sore. It's weird.
So what happens when someone who is addicted to a highly caffeinated substance, such as an energy drink, simply stops?
All substances have what is called a biological half-life, meaning the time it takes for the body to deplete the substance by 50% by way of exponential decrease. It takes about 4 to 5 half-lives for a substance to leave the body almost entirely. The half-life of caffeine in a healthy adult is about 5 to 6 hours, so about 30 hours total for it to almost completely leave their system.
However, according to the research of Roland Griffiths, a professor of neurology at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore, withdrawals began within 12 to 24 hours after stopping caffeine intake and lasted as long as 9 days.
So, we're going to perform an experiment and have these two athletes quit drinking Red Bull for 10 days while continuing their normal daily activities and see what it does to their performance as well as their livelihood.
I'm not sure why we decided to do this, but I think it's for a good cause.
I don't know, not really looking forward to it, but up for the challenge, I guess.
Man, we had our last one last night, and already, man, I woke up with a headache. I just want to go to bed for the next 6 hours. Maybe I'll snowboard tomorrow.
Kris's reaction on the first day was expected, but it's still amazing how quickly these withdrawals start. What's happening is, now that the caffeine intake has stopped, the body is much more sensitive to the effects of adenosine, the neurotransmitter that causes you to feel tired.
Yeah, man, now that Jordan doesn't drink Red Bull, he doesn't really have any energy, doesn't really do anything anymore. He just kind of stays at his house now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've been a little on edge.
Hey Jordan, I made you some soup. Do you want some soup?
You didn't even ask me if you could do this. If you did, I would have told you that I didn't want dinner.
As we expected, irritability and also a decreased appetite is also another common side effect of caffeine. We can start to see the anxiety setting in as well.
Dude, are you okay? I can drive if you want me to. So it's getting kind of weird and crazy. I don't know what's up.
I got up to go snowboarding today and I just felt sore. It was weird. I don't know, man. I haven't even done anything the last like 3 days, but I was just crashing all day long.
Yeah, there's no way I'm getting out of bed today, let alone jump on a tramp. I feel sick.
Was about to get out there and snowboard today, actually, but I ended up barely being able to make it past the front door before I just sprinted back inside and just puked everywhere.
These guys are going through the worst of it now. But, according to our prior research, these symptoms should be close to over. And we think they're going to feel far better than they did before.
I've realized that before, I tried to do this stuff on trampoline just because I had so much energy that I needed to do something with. But now I'm doing it because I actually like to. and that's way more gratifying.
He no longer craves anything. He can sit down and have a conversation now. It's pretty amazing, actually.
You know, when we were done with this experiment, I figured I would just go back to drinking it, like nothing had really changed, but I feel way better now. Like, I don't even like the idea of having